Welcome to First Hour On, the series where I play games for exactly 1 hour, and I'll give you my honest first impressions there at the end of the video with my First Hour On rating. Today I'm jumping into TMNT IV, Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, and we're going to find out if this classic beat-em-up is still a really good game or if nostalgia is doing all the work. Let's see what Turtles in Time has to offer within the first hour of gameplay. It's time to start the clock. Got a little scene here, looks like evening news. Look who it is. I like this. They're all crowded around the TV watching it. It's kind of neat. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Oh, that music, so satisfying. Look at the cityscape in the background. Like how you can control, like you could do different types of attacks. Like it's not just kind of mashing the buttons. There's technique to it. Oh man, throwing at the TV. I love that, or the screen, I should say. Ground pound kills all of them. I like that. So satisfying. What in the heck is this guy? Or pretty much just avoid him there. Looks like we're going up against Baxter. Terminate the Turtles. When I was playing this, I actually struggled with this guy a little bit. Trying to time out the jumps away from him whenever he's shooting. What the heck even is that? It's like he shoots an arm out of his gun or something, because it doesn't look like he's using his actual arm. So weird. He blows up over the railing. Heck yeah. The first scene was actually pretty easy. I enjoyed it. It was like a good little, I wouldn't call it a tutorial, but it was just a good way to get into the game. It was like right into the action, which I loved. You fall into the manhole there. Oh man, when they grab you and then there's like not much you could do about it, it's so frustrating. These things right here are so annoying to deal with. I struggled with these guys throughout the game, you'll see. It was like, they're just too fast and like they have different attacks and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's annoying. I don't even know what they're called, but man, they're annoying. I love the little spinny move where you just, it's such like a relief, fast paced, you kill them all instantly. Oh, it's great. Got to get the little pizza bonus, get my health built up. I'm gonna mangle you green slim balls. Like this guy's costume. This was another one I actually kind of, I mean the bosses weren't very hard in the beginning, like but this guy with his little extendy arms, they were quite frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, especially when you're trying to do a jump attack on him, he would just hit you in the air. There we go. He's about dead. He's gonna do one more little run across the screen, jump like a maniac, shoot at me, but you're dead, buddy. You're gonna die right now. Yeah. And the animation in this game is actually really good. It feels like an arcade game. I never played the arcade game, or the arcade version, which is the original, but I wonder if it looked any better. Also, this little scene was so fun. Ended up being more challenging than I thought, but the beginning was just so satisfying, just killing all them. Trying to avoid these, whatever you'd call these things, little buoys with spikes. These things are weird. They're like xenomorphs. Maybe they are. I don't know what they're actually called, but they look exactly like xenomorphs from Alien. Oh, gosh. Struggled so bad with him. Because you could get hit by the missiles, but then he also had that little thing in the front that would shoot at you, which is where you have to be to kill him. And then he drops these stupid buoys down all at the same time, and you're like trying to... Oh, I was so frustrated. I was getting low on health there. Holy, I didn't realize how low I was. I almost died. I almost had to restart the level. Sewer surfing. Uh-oh. And these cutscenes leading into the next scene, and like, I honestly, yeah, I love all the cutscenes, the voice acting. The dialogue's really good. Okay, yeah, these little like dog droid things, they're not like, I don't know, maybe I feel like they were super easy to kill. Like there's a clip coming up where I feel like they didn't really do much, and it's like a one shot. They try to bite your arm off, but this boss battle is kind of funny. These mean, vicious, got a turtle and like a dog. And then look, it just turns into a little puppy. And then the turtle, got a little baby turtle. I love that. Toka. This was probably my favorite part of this scene, was the elevator. It was like quick pace, you got little breaks in between. Oh, we're about to, I think here in a second, when they, here in a second, these guys will pop out of the floor. Those might be my least favorite, like enemies, I guess you'd call them. I think they pop up now, maybe? No, next one. See, these dogs just die instantly. They'll like bite your arm, but they just die so quick. Yeah, these guys right here, I don't know if there's a secret to it, but like trying to kill them is so frustrating because they just block all your hits. You gotta like wait till they're moving and maybe like jump behind them or something, but you gotta at least wait till they're moving to attack. But I struggled the most with these guys, honestly. This and those little like android droid things, not the dogs, but the other one. Tonight I dine on turtle soup. Shredder. This was so cool. This might have been my favorite boss that I went against. At first, I kind of struggled with throwing the enemies. Like I didn't know there was like an actual technique to do it. I thought it was just random, but I guess if you hit them and then they're like hunched over, you can move up to them and then attack again, and then it'll throw them. And that was, once I figured that out, oh man, it was beautiful. I loved it. Yeah, this was such a cool end scene. My patience is wearing thin. I'm banishing you to a time warp from which you will never return. This man sends us all the way to the dinosaurs, and I struggled a lot on the dinosaurs. I cannot lie. They this scene was a tough one. This is actually where I failed. Prehistoric turtlesaurs. But man, is it such a good concept. You got these velociraptor looking things dropping off enemies, foot soldiers, and then, oh man, he'll see. Whatever, what are those things called? Pterodactyl? I think it's a pterodactyl. I don't know dinosaurs. They're dropping like rocks and stuff that blow up, or eggs, whatever they are. You got spikes falling from the ceiling. Then you got these rock dudes. Is that what you call them? I don't know, but I struggled with them. You can throw them, but you can't throw them at the screen. I think they're too heavy for them. So you can see, like, you can only throw them over. And he just charges you out of nowhere. Yeah, these guys took me out. There's the Velociraptor. It's so funny. And he takes me out there. And that's game over. All right, the 60 minutes is up. Now we're going to move on to the most important part of the video, at least for me, is the Turtles in Time first hour rating. So first up, if you haven't seen the first video, we start out with first impression, then we move on to atmosphere, gameplay, and then to the replay hook, and then the final score. These are all going to be out of 5 points, which can give a total of 20. And first up is first impression. So to be honest, my first impressions of this game are great. I love the TV show feel of like the beginning of the game. You got the cool little evening news cutscene in the beginning, and then it kind of just throws you in and gets you like into instant action. I like that. It hooked me into the game immediately because there wasn't too much going on, and there wasn't. It was nice. It was a very clean opening, and I was a big fan right off the bat for that. So I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 5. I feel like first impression isn't too hard to please me as long as it's not too much going on and it just kind of gets you straight into action, at least for these types of games. All right, next up is Atmosphere. I think this game looks pretty incredible. I love the music. I haven't really played much of this game in the past, but the sounds and music from this game were pretty recognizable for me. I feel like I've heard them a lot. I actually genuinely love listening to it as I was playing. It was nice. It was a good little touch. Actually, it was a big touch to the game, and it was amazing. The voice acting seemed pretty good. I actually like that as well. I feel like old games or just games in general, voice acting is a hit or miss for me. The TV show feel of this game between like each scene and all the little cutscenes with the boss battles was super cool. The level design was awesome. Each scene was completely different, and they had like multiple. It was just very unique. It was a good design. It was very creative. And honestly, my favorite scene might have been the elevator scene. So with Atmosphere, I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5 as well. Next up is gameplay. This tends to be where I'm more harsh just because, well, I kind of have a reputation for being not great at games, but that's just who I am. I don't care. This is all my opinion. That's the whole point of the video. It's my opinion. So I mean, I didn't give actually this did better than Super Mario World. If you haven't seen that video, you should check it out. So at first glance, I thought this was going to be like a button mashing game, and to some extent, it kind of was. But honestly, there was more to it. Like you can have multiple. There was multiple options for attacking. Like you could do the jump kicks, the different basic attacks. And then the best part was slamming the enemies into the ground or into the other enemies, or you can even launch them at the screen, which probably was my favorite part of the game. Especially with the Shredder boss, that was so fun. It was so satisfying throwing it at him. The attack where you slam them or you're launching them at the screen is pretty necessary to beat some of the bosses, which is cool. At first I did find like throwing them at the screen was kind of difficult. I thought it was random at first, but as I went on, I realized that you can, which I said while I was playing, but you can like attack and then you move a little closer to them and then you attack again and it should throw them. I think there's another way to do it. And even with like the ground pounding thing, you can keep clicking attack and it'll do like up to 4 slams instead of just 2. So that was good. So yeah, maybe that was user error where I was messing up, but I did find it like pretty good at the end. And honestly, probably gonna give gameplay a 4 out of 5. No, I am gonna give gameplay 4 out of 5. It was good. That's really good actually. Next up, my most important rating is replay hook. So did the game make me want to keep playing after this initial first hour? Although I did find this game pretty fantastic and it was very enjoyable to play, I can't really see the game adding a whole lot more like complexity to the mechanics as the game goes on. I think I could probably beat this game in under an hour and a half, 2 hours if I put a little bit more effort into it. But I can't. I honestly could see myself wanting to play this in the future with like a friend or something. But I don't really see myself picking the game up all the time, like by myself. Maybe to get like a faster score or faster time, I guess, to beat it. But so with that, I'll probably give it a. I'm gonna be honest, probably a 3 out of 5. It was good, but I don't really see myself picking this game up over other games very often. All right, so we made it to the final score. I'm giving Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, a solid 17 out of 20. I had a ton of fun playing this game. I like the TV show atmosphere of the game. The visuals and sounds are really good. The soundtrack's amazing. The fighting mechanics are pretty great with all the different attacks you can do. And I'll probably play this game in the future with friends for sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, 17 out of 20, it's a great game. All right, that concludes this first hour on rating of Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on Turtles in Time in the comments. Also, I would like to know some game recommendations for the next episode or in the future whenever I get to them. I have a few games in mind still for the next few episodes, but I would love to hear more options. I noticed some of you guys were commenting some ideas, and I like those ideas, so we'll definitely check those out in the future. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good day.